Right. So here I am. This is Chuteng, and it's February 18th, 2016. That's the internet itself, 2 hours. I smoke too much. Since my mom closes the home internet down at 21:00. Because of my niece, who's now in, let me see, 7th grade, 8th grade. The thing is, she certainly has bipolar problems. She certainly has bipolar problems. She was born with it from her father's side. Haklo, ethnic Chinese Haklo side. Anyhow, mental retardation problems. Not just with my niece. I mean, she's like the genius of Taiwan already, but according to my standards, according to international standards, there is that sense of mental retardation. There really is, but what can you do? She's your niece. She's yours. So you just have to protect her. She's already like, on the level of genius in Taiwan and all of Taiwan. Really is. Thing is, she's really, I mean, it's not hard to understand why she's really upset. Having to live in Chuteng here with her mother's mother, in other words, her maternal grandmother. Sorry, it's noisy here. I just hate the noise. But anyway, the main point is that my niece, she has a nickname actually. When she was a kid, she had a nickname when she was a kid. People called her Apple. So she doesn't have an English name right now. I don't know what to call her. My niece. Anyhow, the thing is, she just called a bunch of local Chuteng gang mafia members that she knows on her birthday yesterday night. Yeah, I think it was yesterday night or the night before. The night before. Today is actually February 19th, Friday. It's a Friday. Her birthday just was a day ago, and she just called over a bunch of her Chuteng gang mafia members, all already adult age, legal age, at least. I mean, the youngest of them were 18, 19. Most of them were like 22, between 22 and 24. And they have an ancestry of being the local gang mafia, gangster families. And my niece just called them over to beat me up. And so I called the emergency police. They came over, and they just really laughed at me. I mean, the male police officer just really, it's not difficult, too hard to see that really why the drug problems in the Chuteng area here, in the Chuteng town area. I mean, it's never resolved from junior high on, even in elementary schools in Chuteng, Chuteng town. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, and that male police officer, he knew those gang mafia members that came and threatened to beat us all up, threatened to murder my entire family clan. I mean, the male police officer that came, he knew all these guys. And he was just laughing and joking with them and going, "Oh, I don't want to create problems for you," and trying to, you know, pretend that he doesn't know what just went on with his brothers, his younger brethren, trying to threaten and murder my entire family clan, and trying to essentially lure my niece away, my 8th grade niece, who has really, according to international standards, mental retardation problems and bipolar problems inherited from her Haklo parental family. That's a crime. 2 crimes. At least 2 crimes. Threat of personal injury and murder of the entire family clan, that's genocide. That's 1. Second, trying to lure underage girls from disadvantaged backgrounds to become part of their gang mafia society and get FUCKED, essentially. Obviously, I mean, here at this internet shop is the internet shop that recorded the last words of the last underage victim, girl victim, who was gang raped and then butchered, physically butchered, literally physically butchered, and then thrown into the river. And she was only in 6th grade here in Chuteng Township. Now, so it's pretty obvious why these things are continuing to happen. It's organizational crime. Important point is, I just saw that, you know, those guys who were trying to beat me up the other night, coming to my residence, trying to threatening to beat me up and threatening to murder my entire family clan. I just saw their car, this very same car, come into our alley, our specific alley. They've been planning this for a long time, obviously, apparently, because it's a black car. We don't have black cars in our little alley, in our little community. People don't have cars in our little community, in our specific alley, where about, let me see, 30 different families have residences. It's a very narrow alley in there. Nobody has cars. The only car there is white. And I just saw a black car. It's their car. But what's the main point? The main point is, I've been thinking of, you know, what to do in this kind of situation. I mean, I've already complained upwards to the police superintendent department in Chubei, and told them to investigate. I'm completely playing by the book, but in practicality, what are you gonna do? I mean, I called Wheaton, right, in Chupei, and I told her, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking of, using the Swiss knife that I just bought. If they come up to my residence or cause problems, you know what I could do? This guy's getting really bothered by this. Anyhow, you know what I could do? I could just stick this into these guys' abdomen. No, not abdomen. I don't like noise. I don't like distractions. The guy's looking at me. Anyhow, I told Wheaton that, if they came to my residence again, alright, he's getting really scared. He's putting the garage door down. Anyhow, I told Wheaton on the phone, what I would do. I mean, but, anyhow, at first I told Wheaton, I could just stick, very easily. I didn't have to get angry, right? All I had to do was to stick a knife directly into their heart, really. Just stick it in. Because obviously they're bigger and stronger than me. They're much bigger and much stronger than me, even though they're like at least 10 years my junior. Now, I told Uida on the phone, I said, if they come up to my residence and try to physically intimidate us with physical violence, and have, weapons on their hands or whatever, threatening physical violence, all I'm going to do is going to stab their heart. First of all, stab their heart, or, cut their throat, number 2. And then, third, I told Regent, I said, or I could cut their artery, main blood vessel, main artery elsewhere, their thigh, their legs, whatever, main arteries, wherever there are main arteries. Third, that's third, right? Fourth, I said, boy, it's really noisy here. And then I said, fourth, I could cut their, what do you call it? The blood vessel that goes back to your heart. Thankfully, this didn't tumble into the sewage. There are a lot of those in downtown areas. Still have it on my hand. The blood vessel that comes back to your heart. I really, forget what that's called in English. But anyway, so I told Wheaton number 4 that I could do that. I mean, there are those kinds of blood vessels, and pretty large too, all over the body, and I know where to cut. That's number 4. I told Wheaton, I said I could stab their heart, I could cut their throat, I could cut their main artery, I could cut their other main blood vessels. That's number 4. And then number 5, I said, or alternatively, I could just cause major cuts on the male reproductive organ. But then, I talked to my sisters, my other sisters, about this, and I said, why aren't you hearing these sorts of things happen on television in Taiwan? Since there are a lot of similar conflicts like this in Taiwan, why don't why aren't injuries like that occurring? Why aren't injuries like that being reported? Reported because, to me as a scientist, that would be, as a physical scientist, that would be the most logical thing to do, right? If you're attacked or being threatened, that would be the most logical thing to do. I have no idea what he's looking at. Anyhow, and then I came to conclusion with my sister that the reason that it's not being done is because of social politics in Taiwan. The retard is going to get posted on the web right now, posted on the internet. What a dumbass. He looks just like the guys who just threatened me and my family clan. They're blood relatives. They look exactly the same. Anthropologically, genetically, in terms of their DNA, they're all related, obviously. The way they look at you intimidatingly, as if threatening you, they're a bunch of motherfucking mental retards. That's all they are. But they're a part of Taiwan's large majority, and so that's why this is so amusing. That's why this, all of this is so amusing. Logically, why are a lot of false Christians all over the world supporting these guys when all they're doing is trying to annihilate Christianity? That really, people who support these guys, they're false Christians. They're Satanists. People who support these guys are Satanists. Anyhow, so main point. Let me see. Yeah, that ugly guy just distracted me. Anyhow, like as if he could affect anything in my life or the life of my family clan or whatever. They're a bunch of motherfucking little retards. Anyhow, and so, yeah, I was saying that the guy looks just like the guy who just threatened us a day ago, and who just showed up at my house half an hour ago. Anyhow, yeah, as I was saying, me and my sister, we came to the conclusion that the reason that such logical injuries aren't being done in Taiwan, aren't being reported, is because of societal politics in Taiwan, social politics in Taiwan. That's just not culturally and societally and politically, that's just not what you do in Taiwan, because people are afraid that if you do that in self-defense, that you're going to be retaliated by these gang mafia families and their brothers and their sisters, whatever, which is pretty laughable. And so that's social politics in Taiwan. You just don't. That's not how things work here in terms of social politics. And so that's not how the game works. How does the game work? Well, you just have to, this is like diplomacy, right? You want to impose regulations on them. You want to impose rules on them, principles on them, but and yet you have to know what can be done and what can't be done in terms of practicality. So, in terms of practicality, I could actually and cause a little bit of injury, right? I could cause a little bit of injury if it gets to that point where culturally and in terms of Taiwanese social politics, they really do come up to me and try to humiliate me in terms of ethnic Taiwanese culture, where you have to cause some physical injury. Stab them in the eye or something like that, or cut the limbs upon assault, upon upon attempted assault. But what can be done is that all you can do, this is a political game of control, pyramidal political game of control, where, of course, the people at the top can just smash and destroy these people, these gang mafia members if they wanted to. But for a lot of reasons, such as the people at the top in Taiwan actually rely on them and are blood relatives with them, and so support their pyramidal structure, and they're intercopulative. In other words, they're all blood relatives. But anyhow, and so what can be done? What can be done is that you just have to observe their game rules, right? And you have to observe their game rules. If you play them right, they're not going to be able to touch you. If I play this right, they're not going to be able to touch me. If I play this right, they're not going to be able to touch my niece. And my niece is going to grow tired of them very soon, very quickly, because these guys are really, really mentally retarded. Very mentally retarded. Very rich, have a lot of land, are gang mafia members from nth generation in the local Chutong Township and all over Taiwan. They're actually called, they're two majors. The two majors in Chutong, Zhu Lianbang. Yes. The guys that my niece called over to try to beat me up and try to threaten to murder all our family clan and take my niece away with them to be their bitch. They're Zhu Lianbang. Zhu Lianbang. They are all Zhu Lianbang, first of all. And then second of all, they're Zhu Dong Gong Si. Two biggies. Zhu Lianbang is a biggie gang mafia organization in all of Taiwan. And then Zhu Dong Gong Si, also Chutong Company. It's literally transliterated. But it's pretty funny. If I play them right, and I am playing them right, even though their police brothers was trying to F me in their behalf, I am playing them right. And actually, Taipei police crew, they've been trying to F me forever, using these grassroots organizations upwards to the central organizations, government personnel at the top. They've not been having any success at all. They've not been able to move much at all. But this is what they used. This is what they've been doing to destroy my sister Junmei. And so, yes, I am succeeding in my incentives. And so, this really is like foreign diplomacy, where you still have to be diplomatic with the enemy country or whatever foreign enemy government. foreign enemy, social, political leadership, whatever, they're losing big time because their little, their heirs just came to my house just the night before and tried to F with me along with the local police. So as long as we're playing them right, so really, this is, of course, you have to be subversive, and this is subversion. Like the Lord Jesus Christ came in subvertive form and walked the subvertive life, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm continuing to do, because only in this way can we really have true victory over the enemy, over these enemies. You won't be able to overthrow the tyranny unless you're subversive enough that you overturn their entire system, that you overthrow their entire system, that you expose their entire system. Yeah, essentially that's the main point, that you have to be subversive in order to expose the entire system. Because their system is not going to go away, their system is not going to be destroyed unless you expose them. And you're not going to be able to expose them unless you're subversive enough. You really believe in your cause. You really believe in your cause, for the cause of Christ. That's the only way. And so what can be done? Well, I can continue to intimidate them without letting out any words of intimidation, any words of threat. None of those. Actually, it's very funny because I have a knack for doing that. I have a knack for intimidating these ethnic Taiwanese gang mafia members and threatening them without any words of intimidation, without any words of verbal threat or any threat of any sort. But there are ways to express what you mean without really saying it, and it's very clear. And you're not mentally retarded, so mentally retarded that they can't read between the lines and hear you, because it's obvious enough. Unless they have very serious mental retardation. And even so, they still get you. Another police car just went by. That's funny. Probably nobody, none that really knows me. And they have two police departments here in the Chutong Township. This car just came from somewhere else. It's not near where I live. Anyhow, so it's really funny. So what can be done is that you continue to play their game, right? Play along with their game. That's the only thing that you can do. And then they continue to intercopulate among themselves. So that's good, because they can't get anywhere with you. They have absolutely zero success with you. So what do they do with all their energy and all their lust and all their power lust? And actually, they also deal with drugs and all that. So what do they do with all their energy? I mean, you're like playing Tai Chi, right? You're like playing Tai Chi, and then they get exasperated with you. And what do? They turn around and then they go F-U-C-K their own. So pretty easy way to get rid of them that way. So that's the game plan. I mean, that's their game plan. And I mean, it's their stupid game, right? And so this is just like foreign diplomacy. It's a piece of cake, really, but anyhow, it's funny, but it's funny, but it's not funny. You know, when you talk about logically what they're trying to do, it's not. They're not getting anywhere with you, right? They're not getting anywhere with me. And so that's what's so funny. But it's not funny in the sense that when you're a piece of chess on the playboard and you're not one of those larger chess pieces, you're just one of the common soldiers. It's lethal for you. That's not funny. But you can. The reason I'm succeeding, the reason I want to succeed, and I want to demonstrate that you can succeed in this way, is because I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And this is the example that the Lord Jesus Christ led. Subversive, overthrow the tyranny of demonic empire of this world. So what's the main point? There are other ways other than using this, which is probably why people call the police to come have a look at me anyhow. But there are other ways. I mean, you can, but you just can't do it so blatantly that you enrage the Taiwanese community, even though really they're the ones who are atrocious enough that could possibly invoke that sort of behavior. But anyhow, there are other ways. I just thought of another way, this evening after work. I just thought of one. I really thought of one. It's a good idea. Instead of just, stabbing them all, like stabbing chicken when they come, I have another idea now. It's, those, I've been working in Taiwan on construction sites for almost 6 years now. And so I have a lot of experience there. I'm a very good worker. I work better than their males. Anyhow, and so I just thought of something today after work that I could do. Those really large pliers, metal pliers, those that can fit your thigh. Yeah. I'm gonna break their legs, every one of them, and I'm gonna use those large, gigantic pliers that are really easy to use, that they use to usually do things such as cut through steel, cut through really thick steel, and it goes through really easily, especially since the kind of weight that I do at gyms right now. Just recently I went with my friend, a good friend of mine, and I could do on average on all those gym equipment. I can do with both arms a total of 90 kilograms. 90 kilograms wherever I'm working on. And my legs are even stronger. This is just my saying, you know, my arms, my two arms. Last time we worked out, I was doing 90 kilograms total on all those arm workouts, gym equipment. And so it's gonna be a piece of cake. I just crank all their, you know, just one leg on all of them. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be snap, 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 snap. And they're gonna just, you know. The thing is, when you're doing self-defense, you have to take them by surprise. You have to get them down, and you have to get them down by surprise. Gee, the noise pollution is horrific here. And so, things like that. And the thing is also that the reason I'm talking in English all the way through up to now is because you can't tell them. This is a pyramidal system. You can't tell them. If you let them know, if I were talking in Mandarin, they would be listening in. All of these, you know, gang mafia members that just threatened my entire family clan, and the involved police, organizational crime network. If you let them know, they're not dumb. They're actually, you know, even if they really do have serious severe degree mental retardation, if you talk to them in Mandarin like that, if you're directed, they're gonna know, and then they're gonna react pretty quickly. They're gonna revise their plan. They're gonna change their plan. They probably, the next time they come, they're not gonna just take physical weapons of knives or whatever, bars, metal bars, whatever, steel rods. They're probably gonna take like, you know, biochemical weapons or gasoline or gas, natural gas, you know, methane tanks, whatever, and try to burn your house down or try to burn you alive or whatever. You know, you're gonna change their game plan, and that's not what you want to do. That's the last thing you would want to do with these ethnic Taiwanese. And so the strategic against ethnic Taiwanese has been very consistent. That is, never talk to these ethnic Taiwanese about what the entire world is against them for, what the entire world's people's strategics, long-term, mid-term, short-term strategics against these ethnic Taiwanese are. Never, ever, ever talk to these ethnic Taiwanese at all. Why? Because these ethnic Taiwanese are condemned already. They are a bunch of psychopaths. If you so much as disturb these snakes in the bushes, you're gonna change their ecology. Yeah, that's how you describe them. This is their ecology. This has been the ecology of ethnic Taiwanese and the systemics of ethnic Taiwanese forever. Forever since history, human history, has recorded ethnic Taiwanese. This has been ethnic Taiwanese, and this always will be ethnic Taiwanese. So just don't disturb them. Anyhow, when the Lord comes again at the end of the world, these ethnic Taiwanese are accursed anyhow, so they will go to hell. So just let them go to hell. Let them die in their sins. We don't disturb them in the meantime. There is no use disturbing these ethnic Taiwanese systemics, social political systemics, that is actually voodoo satanic Taoist. The reason that they're so controlled in this slave system is because they already worship the devil himself. Taoism is ethnic Taiwanese religion, and Taoism is voodoo. Taoism is sorcery, is cursing people, is controlling people, is manipulating people, and so you see what these people are trying to do to me. And so all I'm just trying to demonstrate is, yeah, this is what they're trying to do to me, and this is what they will always attempt to do to not just me, not just my entire family clan, but to anyone. Not just to their own ethnic Taiwanese, but they will attempt to do this to the entire world as well. Because this is their demonic religion. If you can call it a religion, it's not a religion. It's Satanism. This is their satanic cult. Ethnic Taiwanese already worship the devil. Ethnic Taiwanese are 100% devil worshippers. And so, F them.